Hey there, everybody. Sorry for being so late. It's been kind of a rough day. And it's so hot up here, I'm really not having a good time. I apologize for that. All right, so I've been meaning to figure out how long this is for a while now. So let's go ahead and do that first. There goes the sword. All right. Might as well go all the way here. Get a good measurement. Guess I'm going to wind up on Wiki Feet today. Alrighty. Starting at 1. I admit I stayed up a bit late last night listening to Flashcast. I went to sleep after the 51 inches. So we are over 4 feet. This is usable as a belt. I'm just going to finish off the maker's mark and then stop right after the maker's mark, so it's like the last thing there. I'm probably not going to tie it off on this stream. I'm going to get everything together for that ahead of time. And I'll have that as a short stream, probably tonight, just because it's going to keep getting hotter. Like Tuesday, it's supposed to get up to 97 degrees here. I am definitely sleeping out in the garage that night. All right. Let's get this rolled back up. And let's get this to where it's not resting on any sharp parts of the words are a problem today, apparently. Zip tie. Seriously, it's barely 10 a.m. and I am sweating up a storm. I'm going to have to spend pretty much most of the rest of the time before vacation out in the garage when I'm home. Just because of the AC. Ow. Alrighty. Yeah, I was following a lot of the Trump coverage last night. What else it is? All right, so we were on move 45. All right, let me catch up with chats real quick here before I get started. That was me being sad and pathetic. Sorry I had to push back time, overslept. Gwen, it's all good, thank you. You are kinder than I deserve. Pokemon Steve, good morning. I see we're enjoying a relaxing Sunday morning. I'll pop in on while I'm getting a new computer set up. Hey, that's a nice relaxing thing. You can listen and do the work at the same time. Pokemon says hi to Gwen. I say I'm still running late. Hope to be on in a few. Gwen, Kumihimo, Steve, hello. Gwen, while we're waiting, hit that like button, folks. Thank you very much for that, Gwen. Kumihimo, Steve. Okay, this is entertaining. I'm used to single threading the different things, but now I'm viewing with Windows. Got many things open, both fun and confusing. And Gwen, at least you won't be bored. Kumihimo, Steve. True, this is where I find out just how good I am multitasking during my relaxation times. Gwen says, yupper, sometimes it's a challenge. Kumihimo, and we're alive. Gwen, it's all good. Kumihimo, Steve, ooh, we finally get to see the full length before completion. Yep. Gwen, woohoo. And Kumihimo, that's a very cool braid design. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Gwen, I know, right? The backside looks kind of like leopard. All right, let's count off the moves. All right, for 45. On the right, we're going to exchange 15. Sheds 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8 are reversed. On the left, we're going to exchange 3, 5, 7, and sheds 2, 6, and 7 are reversed. All right. Well, at least the new SodaStream carbonates pretty decently. Oh. Give me a second here. Doing that makes me dizzy. Okay. Found out something interesting yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right. That looks right on the color chart. My sister's a pharmacist, and I wanted to talk to her to make sure if my ADD meds were messing up with anything that was going on in my life that was contraindicated, and found out that apparently, and I had seen the effects of this, but hadn't really. Oh, rats. I just realized I had another mistake. This one move is wrong because it should not be blue there. All right, I'm gonna back this up. One move. All right, I can put this back real quick. And I grabbed the wrong one there. Okay, so I am apparently a little out of it this morning. My apologies. All right, so should grab the next one over. All right, so that's back there. I'm gonna back up to 44. So for 44, just shed 6s reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm doing the top for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. It turns out that the wake-up medicine I've been using for a little over a year, modafinil or Provigil, neutralizes the effect of the anti-migraine medicine I've been taking. Excuse me. For a couple of years now at this point, which kind of points out to when I started the CPAP, my migraines went way down, and then like about 4 or 5 months later, it started picking back up again, which is about the time I started taking the modafinil. So I need to talk to my migraine or my neurologist about this and see about whether or not I should talk to my sleep doctor about switching from the modafinil to maybe the ADD meds, which also work for anti-sleepiness meds. Might be a good choice to rely more heavily on that, and in addition, get the anti-ADD benefit out of it. So anyway, interesting things to think about and to talk to my doctors when I get back from vacation. All right, so now we do the bottom moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Looks like I did the bottom move twice is my guess. Yes, I did the bottom move twice. Okay. I guess I was getting out of it at the end of the last one. All right, so looks like I did the top moves twice and pulled up from the bottom one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, let's see where we are. Yep, looks like that's what I did. So at least I didn't have to back up too far. So now I just need to do the actual top move with the right one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. And now the top one passes through down to here. All right, now these match over here, and there is no blue there where there shouldn't be. Now I can go on. Okay, so I just made a mistake at the very end. All right. And let's see. Pokemon is lurking, and Gwen says, "No, sis, I'm glad you found out about that." Yeah, me too. It's nice, especially if it looks like I'll be able to avoid migraines going forward. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. And sheds 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8 are reversed, so 1 and 2 on the top. Three and 4 on the bottom. 5 on the top. 6 on the bottom. 7 on and 8 on the top. And 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And then top move, so 1 and 2 on the bottom. And 3 on the top. 1, 2, that is 3 on the top. And 1 and 2 on the bottom. Okay. 3 and 4 on the top. I'm losing count. Let me try this again, just make sure I got the move right. 1 and 2 on the top. 3 and 4 on the bottom. 5 on the top. 6 on the bottom. 7 and 8 on the top. 9 on the bottom. Okay. Now I know what I was doing wrong. Okay, so 1 and 2 on the bottom. And 3 and 4 on the top. 5 on the bottom. 6 on the top. 7 and 8 on the bottom. And 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Top 1 one passes through to the top on the left. This one needs some more unroll. It's a little rough. There we go. That does not look right. I don't see the line there. All right, I may have made more than one mistake. So after all that, let's go back again. All right, so 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. I'm not going to screw up on the last little bit of the maker's mark, so 1 and 2 on the top, 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, 7 and 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. All right, and this gets put back where it was. Okay, no twist arounds there. All right, and let's back up again. At least this move should be relatively easy. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top, 6 on the bottom, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Check something is good. Use the sword the right way. And top one should have, top one should pass through. And yes, it does. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Check something looks good. It should just pass through. Yep, there it does. All right, and just to be on the safe side, we're going to switch the colors back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. All right, right side. Do not make a mess. Okay, sheds 1, 5, and 6 are reversed. So top moves first, so 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. This one, I believe, should be down here. Let's try to see. Top one should pass through. Yep, okay. That was probably from the last correction. I did that last one wrong. All right. That move came out right. And then bottom move. So 1 on the top and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Good for that. Coming undone. All right, so that moves at least right. All right, let's do the color changes back to where they were. All right, so 1, 2, that color is off. All right, so this one should actually be here. So I must have missed that. And that's the wrong side, going up from the under. All right, that looks better. All right, so, did I pull the wrong one? No, that's right. It's looking off because it's in the right spot, but it was in the right spot the previous move. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. So this one, I must have been very tired when I finished up the stream yesterday with this many mistakes. All right, so 3, 4, and 5. And then should be just 11. So let's just make sure the colors are right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are all yellow. 10, and this one should be yellow on top at the start of the move. All right. So hopefully the other side will be relatively easy to unbraid, and then this will be the move that fixes it on this side for 43. Okay. Left side is okay, yep. So I'm still on 44. Let's go back to 43. Quick share here so people know what I'm looking at. All right, and let's go back to here and let me catch up on chat. Hey, Jill Reese 313, nice to see you. Morning, today is my daughter's birthday. She's 13 today. Well, happy birthday. Hippo birdies to use, hippo birdies to use. And yes, that's the hippopotamus and the flying creatures. A friend of mine said that one time, it just kind of stuck in my head. Betsy Weingartner, hello everyone. I overslept. It was too humid last night. Yeah, I think for the next 3 or 4 days, I am going to be sleeping out in the garage where I have air conditioning. And Betsy, sorry, not Betty. Gwen, how are you today? Alrighty. Quick check and see if we got anybody watching. Yeah, we got 3 people watching on Rumble. Thank you for watching. Sorry I was so late getting started. Yeah, all right. So this is an edge transition, so it's going to be extra weird to unbraid. All right, sheds 1 and 5 are reversed. All right, so since we are ending an edge transition, it's an end of an edge transition. This goes up here, and then we do the bottom moves first. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, checksum looks good for that. So bottom one comes through and up to the top there. Alrighty, that actually went easier than expected. Okay, then we do the top move. So 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Up over this top blue one. I don't have to go under anything because it's coming back down. And there we go, that unbraided well. And just to be, in case I have to go back another move, I'm gonna do the color changes, or the exchanges, so 13 and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I'm just glad I'm obsessive enough that I look at it when I'm a little more alert to see if I've made mistakes. Yeah. This one is wanting to be a pain in the butt. All right. Come on. And as they said in Johnny Dangerously, come on, you ice-hole bastages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, and this one should go down here. And it does neatly. 13, 14, and 15. And watch, I won't have to back braid again on this side, and this will have been unnecessary, but better than if it was necessary and I didn't do it. All right, and right side. Okay, so this is a single edge transition, so I'm doing the second half of that. So it's normal, so top first, doing back, and sheds 2 and 5. Oh, this one has to go up here first. All right, so 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, and yes, just down like this, and bottom one. I am seeing something wrong with this already. All right, so should be the bottom one because it's the edge transition. No, it's a single edge transition. So the yellow is indeed the one that should be going. So yeah, I really screwed this one up. And this does look like this is where my error was. All right, so let's work our way through. Oh, I mentioned it on a couple of streams, but the where the Trump rally was, yeah, it looks like I transitioned from top to bottom partway through this. Where I camp for Penzic, it's not far away from Butler, PA, and where the rally was held was actually only about a half a mile from where we have a storage unit where we keep our camping gear. And no, there's nothing illegal in our storage unit and nothing that would have been used related to that. But it's one of those really freaky, unconnected, so very, very tangentially to a big news story. And it's like, wow, it's a small world. It's It's kind of funny, since I started streaming and I've interacted with some of the bigger LawTube people, my 6 degrees of separation with various other people has gotten a lot closer than it used to be prior to my doing this. Almost there. Taking the sword out would probably be easier, but I want to keep it open just to make sure that when I put this in its final spot, it is indeed in the right spot. Okay, so since it's an edge transition that goes there, I think this needs a little bit of a reroll. It's a bit short. I probably unrolled it a bit more when it got to its proper spot. All right, there we go. All right, so it's probably a little short there than it should be, but okay. So that was how that shed should be opened. All right, let's do the first half of that move. All right, so okay. Put in my head. All right, sheds 2 and 5. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's there. All right, that's good. All right, now the bottom one comes back through here, and that's also screwed up. Wow, I really messed this one up. All right. Well, only partially really messed it up. Oh, that's because the color was wrong on that one. That makes sense. All right. So, and this one also goes down here. All right. So, the shed looks good. I'm not seeing any colors that I shouldn't here. Let me check my colors here. So it's supposed to be blue, blue, yellow, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, yellow, blue, and the rest yellow to blue at the end. Okay, color looks good here. Let me just, I know I pulled the shed out even though I could have theoretically gone back in the correct way. I just want to make sure that, all right, so this all looks like it's supposed to. All right, we're trying again. Oh, let me catch up with chat, see if there's anything I missed. All right, and let's see. Gwen, Jill Reese, happy birthday to her. Gwen, to Betsy, hello, I'm doing well. I've got my bread going pretty soon. And Gwen, sounds like everyone else is doing well today. That's good. Gwen says, glad to see you all here. Double check your subscriptions. You know how YouTube does a sturdy once in a while. Yep, lost 2 subscribers since yesterday. And Jill Reese, thank you. Can't believe all that has happened in the past few days. Yes, it has been interesting. Amica Fan, has everyone pushed the like button? Thank you very much, Amica Fan. And Gwen, I reminded everyone earlier, hope they got the hint. And Betsy says, yes, Amica Fan. All right, and I will do just a quick check here. It looks like we have 9 likes and 9 viewers, so we're doing pretty good there. It looks like everybody's hit their button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see if we got 9 viewers on YouTube. That means we got 4 on Twitter. And let's see, we have 2 users, or 2 people watching on Rumble. All right. One more try. Jennifer Rivenberg. Hey, nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. I don't think I've seen your username in chat before. I may be just poor memory on my part. If so, I apologize. If not, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will do the best I can, though apparently I am operating at substandard brain capacity this morning. Speaking of which, let's get a little more caffeine before I go on with going forward on here. I had to back braid 2 moves. All right. Sheds 2 and 5 in reverse. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum is good. Pass that on through to here. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. And if we just go down here, and bottom one passes over to the top on the left. Yeah, I need to unroll this more. I re-rolled it up too much. It's not even reaching the red. All right, that should be enough. And then this one drops down here. All right, that is the proper move for that. All right, left side. We're ending an edge transition, exchanging 13 and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, and 15. And sheds 1 and 5 are reversed. We do top moves first on the end of the 2 move or more edge transition. All right, so 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Checksum looks good. Up over this top blue, down under the bottom of yellow. Yellow goes up to the top on the right. And then we do the bottom move. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Top front blue goes down to the bottom on the right. And next top blue drops straight down. And ends that edge transition. All right. Now we are ready to move on to 44 for like the third time. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 5, and 11. Sheds 1, 5, and 6 reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 5 and 7. Shed 6 is reversed. And these are all just normal moves. No edge transitions. Gwen says, hey, Jennifer Rivenberg, welcome to chat. And Betsy says, Jennifer Rivenberg, hello. Alrighty. And right side, we're going to exchange 3, 5, and 11. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oh, wait. And sheds 1, 5, and 6 reverse. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And left side, just going to exchange 5 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. I feel bad about wasting some of the silk, but it's not a whole lot. Probably about a foot, but still, that's 100 and no, hold on, let me. Okay, so 12 minimum of 12 inches per strand. There are 12 strands, and I have, I believe this is a 100 count one. Where is it? Yeah, it's a 100 count. So, as Legal Vices likes to count it, it's 1,200. Yep, 1,200 feet of thread I'm wasting. That's a lot. Oh well. Alright, so I did 5 and 7. Color chart looks good. Shed 6 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. All right. Mini maker's mark still looks proper. All right, we are good to go. Now we can start where we're supposed to start before. All right, so ready to 45. On the right, we're going to exchange 15. Sheds 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 3, 5, 7. And sheds 2, 6, and 7 are reversed. And let me catch up real quick here. All right. I've Chang. Hey, hi, y'all. Welcome back, I've Chang. I believe I have seen your username before. And Glenn says, I've Chang. Hello. And Glenn says, so Mrs. Torn is about to be blessed abundantly. I will talk to her, but I don't know if she uses that short of thread, but she does embroidery, so I will see if she has anything to say about that. All right. 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And sheds 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3 and 4. That explains why I was having so much time. I'm used to having another color here to help in my counting as a signpost. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7 and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. My brain was telling me something was wrong. I just wasn't registering it. At least not right then. All right. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7 and 8. I think I lost count there. Let's try this again. 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom. Yeah, I did 6 on the top, and 7 and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And that is still looking like a proper maker's mark, and there's no weird blue over here. All right, so on the left, 3, 5, and 7 exchange. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sheds 2, 6, and 7 in reverse. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3, 4 on the bottom, or 5 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. Alrighty. We are ready for the next move. On to 46. On the right, we're going to exchange 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. Sheds 2, 5, 7, or 2, 5, 8, and 9 reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 15 and 17. Sheds 7 and 8 are reversed. There we go. And as you can see, I'll probably go at least to this bottom here, so I've got enough that it's not going to obscure the mini maker's mark when I'm done. Actually, I might go ahead and finish the pattern. That'll be a good spot there. All right, and hey, Marmar. Hi, friends. I've Chang says, Marmar, hi. Gwen says, a foot is a good length. When I'm doing sewing stuff, it's better so thread doesn't fray as much from being pulled through the material. Maybe that's just me. Well, I will indeed ask Mrs. Torin. So if she wants to make use of them, she definitely can. And Gwen says, Marmar, hello. And Chang says, honestly, I'm not sure how some people thought women weren't capable of mathematics. They obviously didn't know stitchery, weaving, crafts, etc., right? Lots of counting. Yep, Mrs. Torin is excellent at math, and I know of a lot of excellent female mathematicians. And hi, Chang and Gwen SS from Marmar. And Gwen says, I know, right? Count everything. Years of crafting. Oh, just so you folks know, if Mrs. Torin wants to raid my entire thread stash for whatever she wants, she is more than welcome to. I would appreciate if she asked me, but it wouldn't be horribly offensive to me if she went into it, because we have a lot, and if I'm not around and she needs something on emergency, I'm not going to hold that against her. But she will also usually ask before taking something, just because that's the type of person she is, and that's the type of person I am to try and do so in return. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 13, 14. 15, 16. 17, 18, and 19. I do have to say, with how hot it is up here today, I am really hoping the channel takes off like gangbusters over the next year, and I'm able to afford the type of air conditioning that does not make Mrs. Corin nauseous by next summer, because I would like to be able to braid up here in relative comfort through the summer. But if not, I am definitely going to have a second Taka-Dai I can have in the garage so I can braid out there. All right. And yes, that is looking good there. All right, sheds 2, 5, 8, and 9 in reverse. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And that looks good there. Left side, we're going to exchange 15 and 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, and 17. And for those that follow me on Twitter, I definitely wanted to emphasize that I agreed with Nick Staro's comment that wait at least 24 hours before you make any official hardening of your knowledge of the situation from yesterday. Stories change. Apparently, there were like 2 or 3 different people that were identified as supposedly officially as the shooter, and it turns out that they weren't actually the ones. And then there was somebody else who was identified, attached with the name that apparently at this point the name seems to be correct, but again, we still have to wait. And then it turns out that apparently the pictures of that person were posted by themselves after the thing, and they're not actually that person, and they're just trying to get viral or whatever by claiming that it was the wrong person or something along that line. So I would not want to be that person, because I'm pretty sure they're going to have every aspect of their lives investigated in the next couple of months. All right, so I did 15 and 17. So shed 7 and 8 are reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 7 and 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. The telephone game we play as kids, where you say something to somebody else, whispering it, and works its way around the group until it gets back to you, and it gets horribly mutilated, is actually kind of how things happen after tumultuous events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People hear something, they hear it incorrectly. Somebody thinks they found something and they're wrong. Just mistaken, no malicious intent there. 7, 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. And things get repeated, misheard, misunderstood, repeated. And it takes a little while for like the people to actually go through and figure out what's actually the case or not when they're not under such emotional stress. And that's where, like, a lot of the quote unquote conspiracy theories, they said this when it happened and then they changed. They must have been covering it up. Nope, just somebody was mistaken, said something that was incorrect, and it was repeated. And when they go back through, it's like, wow, that really was not the case because of XYZ establishable facts. And yeah. Anyway, sorry. Don't mean to rant too much on that, but there we go. We are ready for the next move. On to 47. On the right, we're going to exchange 5 and 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19 again. Shed 9 is reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 5, 7, 13, 15, 17, and 19. Shed 6, 7, 8, and 9 are reversed. So there we go. And let me catch up real quick here. All right. Ive Chang says, sweet, respect goals. Thank you very much, Ive Chang. And Marmar, Vikings left math up to the women. If I recall correctly, they thought it was witchcraft. I am not great at math. I'm intuitive on math, and it took me a long time to actually record stuff. Amika fan, I'm going to head back to bed as it's 2:45 a.m. here. Thank you for keeping me company on another sleepless night. I hope you have a very restful evening and wake up refreshed tomorrow. You have a good day. Thank you for stopping in. Gwen says it makes sense, though. More than one kid, and you've got to do more complicated math, dividing, addition, multiplying, etc. And Amika fan says take care all and behave. Gwen says Amika fan, take care, sleep well. Come on, Steve. Good morning, Marmar. Gwen says, hit that like button, please. Thank you very much. And I've changed. Well, maths led me to particle accelerators, etc., and changing molecular structure. So yeah, magic. Yep. And Marmar says, good morning, Cookie Mon Steve. And hopefully I've Chang got my, or no, that was Amika fan going to sleep. I'm sorry. My brain is skipping people. It's skipping timelines. I think I need more liquid. I am definitely sweating up a storm. On the plus side, I'm definitely losing weight with the new ADD meds. I think I'll do one more before I do a coma slide. All right, and 5 and 11 through 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's the last of the mini maker's mark on this side. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. 13, 14. 15, 16. 17, 18, and 19. And shed 9 is reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top. 8 on the top, And 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And left side, we're going to exchange 5, 7, and 13, 15, 17, and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And shed 6, 7, 8, and 9 are reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And that one's actually about 1.5 inches from the leader knot to the coma. So we got one that's hanging down low, and it's time for a coma slide. Let's get that done real quick. Still fairly dizzy this morning, but I have had bouts of vertigo my entire life. Doctors don't seem to be able to figure out what it is. They don't even seem to be willing to do any testing on it, which is annoying to me. They also don't seem to be able to figure out why I get random muscle cramps. Let's see. This one is hanging low. Let's re-roll this one. Why is that one not going to? Go. No, not there. Go there. Let's see, any others actually on the ground? Nope, I'm good there. So I'm not going to roll this up because I rolled it up a little high last time. All right, so next move is 48. On the right, we're going to start reading the wrong line. Almost had a heart attack there. On the right, we're going to exchange 11, 13, 17, and 19. We're starting an edge transition. Shed 6 is reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 1, 7, 13, 15, and 17. Sheds 1, 6, and 7 are reversed. There we go. And Marmar says, good morning, Cookie Month, Steve. And Jennifer Rudenberg, what you doing? Jennifer, I am doing a Japanese traditional braiding style called Kumihimo. The particular braiding frame I'm using is called a Taka-Dai. There is a more common braiding frame that's a round disc with a hole in it called a Marodai. And there are simpler versions that are less expensive to get involved with that are essentially foam discs with slots cut in the edge. And friendship bracelets are the base starting level of this art. And I am doing what's called a pickup braid, where I can actually design the pattern I want out of a two-color design, essentially, because I'll have a top braid and a bottom braid, and you can kind of see it down here, the back side. And the way I get the pattern is I swap colors from the top layer to the bottom layer and vice versa. It's a color negative on the back side. And I am doing this out of silk. I built the frame here. I didn't do these blocks here. I bought them, but I have made blocks like that since then for other people. And if you have any more detailed questions, I'm happy to do that. Hopefully that will give you like a base level of understanding of what it is I'm trying to do here. And on Steve says, I'm mostly lurking, still getting audio set up on this new computer, so having some interesting times. Almost there. Well, good luck with that. Crystal says, morning all. Good morning, Crystal. Gwen also saying morning to Crystal. Cookie Steve, have to drop, maybe back, but if not, have a great day, everyone. You have a good day, Cookie Steve. And Gwen says, also to Cookie Steve, have a great day. And Crystal Torn, are you limited to 2 colors? Technically, for this one, yes, I am. It's called a pickup braid. It can be done in a 1-1 or a 2-2 twill pattern. I have some ideas where for like one layer I would have like a solid color, and for the other layer I would have like a hatch pattern or maybe like variegated thread, and I would still have like the designs, but one might be like a tartan coming through as lines, and I'd have to be careful to have the design lines be at least 2 or 3 pixels across so that they would start showing up the pattern and it wouldn't be quite so random. So technically yes, but I have some ideas of how to expand on that, and I might do that in the near future. Marmar says, oh, Dr. Moo is still in the hospital, but he has multiple teams of doctors treating him from various departments. That can be good and bad. I hope that winds up being very good and they are able to resolve his issues. All right. 11, 13, 17, and 19 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're exchanging top and bottom on 11, 12, and exchanging top and bottom on 13, 14, 15, 16, and exchanging top and bottom on 17, 18, and finally exchanging the top and bottom tama for 19. And when I have the pattern up for where I'm counting off the moves, the dots of color on the left and right that go up and down, if they have a red circle around them, that means they have swapped positions as of this move. All right, shed 6 is reverse, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Yeah, there we go. Just trying to go through the open shed the wrong way. And then the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. And since this is the start of an edge transition, I don't pull from the top, I pull from the bottom, but it goes to the top. So my symmetry is off by 1 because I pulled unevenly. And the next move will resolve that. Left side, we're going to exchange 1, 7, 13, 15, and 17. All right, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the last of the mini maker's mark on this side. Fortunately, most of the time when they twist it around each other, a little pull to the side and gravity resolves that. They untwist on their own. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And sheds 1, 6, and 7 in reverse, so 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Check sign is good. And so far, they did not ship the new silk thread order before the weekend. So I'm hoping that Monday it'll ship, but I still am like 99% certain I will not get it before I leave. So I will still be keeping with the, let's see, 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Check sign is good. I will still be keeping with the white, yellow, green, and black color scheme for the next braid, which is a donation braid for Ian Runkle for his Second Life charity work. So he can auction it off. So if you want a braid that I make, that is a way to get one. All right, and we are ready for the next move. On to 49. On the right, we're going to exchange 1 and 11, and sheds 1, 5, and 6 are reversed. It's the end of an edge transition. And edge transition is where the color runs all the way to the edge from the opposite braid and requires a little bit of special work to make sure that the pattern looks even. On the left side, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 11, 13, 15, and 19. Sheds 1, 2, and 6 are reversed. And we are starting an edge transition on that side, which is this here. All right. And let me catch up with chat. And Gwen, prayers icon for Dr. Moo. And I've Chang, have a good one, Cookie Mon Steve. Marmar, thank you, Gwen. Gwen says, Torrin, the braid for at Runkle Debate auction to raise money for the hospital is going to be 4 colors, right? Yes, it is. And it is called a Kiko pattern. And that one is not too parallel. I mean, it is a 3-3-12 pattern, but the colors run through it differently, and you wind up with what your color starts out with. You don't do exchanges between top and bottom. And Gwen says, heart to Marmar. And I've Chang, best wishes for Dr. Moo and you too, Torrin. Thank you very much, I've Chang. Crystal says, Gwen, morning. And Gwen says, I love that mini maker's mark. Thank you very much. I thought it was a pretty nice design, and I might wind up working it into some other patterns. And I have had requests to do just an entire braid of my maker's mark, which I have considered doing. But this was a challenge from one of my art mentors to kind of try and expand out my skills and artistic thoughts, so to speak. All right, we're going to exchange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And sheds 1, 5, and 6 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and we are ending an edge transition, so top moves first. So 1 on the bottom, and then on the top is 2, 3, 4, and on the bottom is 5 and 6, and then on the top is 7, 8, and 9, and then we go up over this top blue one and under the bottom yellow one. That yellow one goes up to the top on the left. And then to restore the symmetry, that'll be the next move, right? So, and then we do the bottom move, so 1 on the top, and then 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. And then to restore the symmetry, we take this top blue one, pass it through to the bottom on the left. So far, we pulled from top and bottom, and then we take the next top one and drop it down on the bottom to restore that symmetry. And left side, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 11, 13, 15, and 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Oh, speaking of the wanting to leave like a day or two or more before coming to an official understanding of what happened with a big event, for a while there, I was seeing people saying that no, Trump didn't actually get shot with a bullet. It hit the teleprompter and glass flew off, and that was what hit his face. Except for the fact that you can go through the video, and right after he shot, they don't actually show the teleprompters at that point, but after he ducks down and they back out the view a bit, you can see both teleprompters right there where they're supposed to be, with their angled rectangular shapes looking undamaged. So no, I am pretty sure that wasn't the case. I mean, theoretically, I suppose if that's like a metal backing and it gets hit and then glass is on the other side. But my understanding with most teleprompters is they are essentially all glass, that they're a special type of glass. But yeah, I'm thinking if a bullet hit it and glass shattered, it's going to at least knock those over. Those stands do not look that stable. Alrighty. Or at least the few seconds after it happens, when they pull back, they're going to be rocking pretty hard. All right, so sheds 1, 2, and 6 are reversed. So first move, normal moves. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Goes there. And one just hit the bottom, but I think it'll be okay. Let me just make sure it's on the right side. All right. And then 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. There we go. And that passes up to the top on the right. And we are ready for the next move. On to 50. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 5, 9, 11, 15, and 17. Sheds 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. on reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 5, 7, 11, and 15. Sheds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are reversed. And we are ending an edge transition there. Let me catch up with chat real quick here. And no worries on the typo. And Marmar says, I've changed. Thank you. I'll pass that along to him. And Gwen, that'll be totally awesome. A whole braid of your maker's mark. And Marmar agreed that maker's mark would be an awesome repeating pattern. And Gwen says, I think he was grazed by the bullet. The teleprompter wouldn't be in a position that it would shatter on that side. That would be more in front of him so he could read it from facing the crowd. From the overhead view of where the shooter is, it's theoretically possible he could hit it, but if he hit it, he would have been on the other side of Trump's head for where the bullet would have passed. And Gwen says, that's just my opinion. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the fluidity of stuff, I saw a bunch of stuff on Twitter about how could he have got, if you got shot, why was nobody else injured at the rally? And it's like, well, like an hour later, yeah, somebody was. Or it's like, it's staged. See, nobody else got hurt. And like, did that person that died do it to make sure that it looked good? Or yeah, it's a bunch of weird stuff. Actually, let me see. Have I been talking enough weird stuff that YouTube doesn't like? And just curious. Let me go to content and live. Well, I am still on normal monetization, so apparently I haven't been too bad in my commentary. Or I'm just so small that YouTube doesn't bother monitoring, and they haven't turned on the AI for everybody yet. All right, so 1, 2, and I admit I don't have enough viewers to where I get a whole lot of ad revenue. It's like the ad revenue portion of the channel income is like $5 a month or something like that. 2, 3, 4. The majority of what this channel makes is through memberships. So thank you everybody who is a member here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I do notice that recently we've been getting more super chats on the channel, which is nice. 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And one of the things I'm going to be working on before I go on vacation while I'm out in the garage, and while I'm on vacation when I'm not braiding, is I'm going to try and get a couple of designs nailed down for Kurt to pick out. Why, thank you, Wendy. That is extremely nice of you. Thank you very much. Hold on just a second here. Let me finish this, and then I will jump back to chat real quick. 15, 16, and 17. I've got to come up with a sound like some of the other people do for when people do big super chats like that. Wendy H. Hi, Torrin. Thank you very much, Wendy H. That is very, very much appreciated. Let me catch up real quick here. Wendy H. Hello, lovelies. Gwen says, hello, Wendy H. And Betsy says, Torrin, so many stories and emotions involving this incident. I hope we get the truth for all this soon. Please pray for everyone that is there. Yes. My understanding is in addition to the person who was shooting, one other person did die and 2 people were seriously injured and some other minor injuries. Wendy H says, hi, you, Gwen. And again, as we catch through it, thank you again, Wendy H. That is indeed a generous super chat. And Gwen says, extremely generous. Thank you very much. All right. Did the exchanges and sheds 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Yep. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, and 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. All right, looks good there. Nice color matching there. Left side, we're going to exchange 5, 7, 11, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And since we are ending an edge transition, the top moves go first. So sheds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top, and up over this last blue on the top, under the yellow on the bottom, and that gets passed over to the top on the right. Then we do the bottom move, so 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. Nope, 6 on the top. And 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. Top blue one passes down to the bottom on the right. Next top blue drops straight down to restore our symmetry. And that edge transition is done. And we are ready for the next move. On to 51. On the right, we're going to exchange everything except for 1. And sheds 3, 5, 8, and 9 are reversed. And as you can see, we have a bunch of these surrounded by red circles to show that they're exchanging positions tops and bottom. Left side, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 9, 11, and 15. And sheds 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are reversed. There we go. And Wendy H., it's my pleasure. Again, thank you. Wendy H., I'm hanging with the Grand, so cannot stay long. No worries on that. It's always good to have you here. Gwen says, and I hope you have a wonderful day, Wendy. Betsy Torn 3, should the clanking of the spools, you should use the clanking of the spools you use in your braiding? Yeah, I could do that. I can, after I set it up, I can do kind of like, let's see, something like, yeah, we can do something like that. That sounds reasonable. I'll have to catch the audio for that. And Gwen says, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for all notifications. Thank you again, Gwen. You are an absolutely wonderful mod and great at reminding people of that. Let's see, how many people we got watching on Rumble? We still got about 2 people watching on Rumble. And all right. So I'm probably going to go about another 1/2 inch to 1 inch so that when I tie it off, this maker's mark will be visible right above the tie off and not be like folded in too much to see properly. All right, so we're leaving 1 alone and going 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and thinking I'm going to use yellow to do the wraparound. Nine, 10. 11, 12. 13, 14. 15, 16. 17, 18, and 19. And that sheds 3, 5, 8, and 9 being reversed. All right, so 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And left side, 1, 3, 9, 11, and 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And sheds 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 reverse. So 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 5, and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And we are ready for the next move. On to 52. On the right, we're going to exchange everything except for 3 and 19, and sheds 1, 4, and 5 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 3, 7, and 9. Sheds 1, 2, and 6 are reversed. There we go. And Gwen says, "Ah, making me blush." Marmar says, "I love the sound of the Tama clicking together." And Gwen says, "Thank you, Torn 3. I do my best." And all right. But yeah, one of the stronger reasons I am fairly anti-conspiracy theorist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is after the Twin Towers down, there was a lot of that jet fuel can't melt steel. And at the time, being a hobbyist blacksmith, I knew extremely well that you don't have to get iron or steel all that warm to make it a lot softer. It's like 700 degrees Fahrenheit. It's lost like about 50% of its structural stability. I have yes, okay, just making sure I've got the right moves here. I've done twisting of square steel and iron bars, where I mean, you get them red, you turn them, and they turn like, you know, silly putty. They're extremely easy, and then they drop down, and they'll actually get to where they aren't glowing at all anymore, and you can still turn them reasonably well by hand. They are getting stiffer as time goes on, but it's not that hard. And compared with when they're completely cold, yeah, there is quite a bit of difference. Black hot is still pretty hot and softening to metal, or steel in particular. Sorry. All right, looks good on the color chart here. So after hearing things like that, I tend to get a lot more skeptical about this. There's a secret thing that happened that caused this. Because brought to its essence, I think a lot of people are so terrified that the randomness of the universe can essentially kill them with no warning. Just you have an accident, something happens, a rock on the side of the road that's been there for thousands or hundreds of thousands of years suddenly has a little bit of it crumble and it rolls down the road and there's an accident. That it is much more comforting to their mind if there were evil people that controlled all this, because at least then there is a consciousness behind it and it is not random and terrifying. But that's just my interpretation. All right, so 1 on the top, and 2 and 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. And my count is off somewhere there. Let's try that again. 1 on the top, and 2 and 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. There we go. Checksum is now good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, 4 and 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 3, 7, and 9 exchange on the left. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. And 9. And sheds 1, 2, and 6 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. That one needs some unroll. There we go. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And we are ready for the next move. On 53, on the right, we're going to exchange 3, 7, 9, 13, and 19. Shed 2 is reversed. It's the start of an edge transition. Left side, we're going to exchange 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 15, and sheds 3 and 7 are reversed. And Gwen says, people are random. You never know what other people are going to do. My comment is more that it's their perception, not necessarily what actually is. And Gwen says, is it just me, or does anyone else see a puppy face in the mini maker's mark? Kind of. Yeah, I can potentially see that. All right. And 3, 7, 9, 13, and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And shed 2 is reversed, so 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Starting an edge transition, so we'll pull from the bottom again, and that goes up to the top on the left. At least I seem to be much more alert now. On the left side, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There we go. And sheds 3 and 7 reverse. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. we are ready for the next move. And on to 54. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 5, and 13, and sheds 5 and 6 are reversed. That ends an edge transition. Left side, we're going to exchange 1 and 5, sheds 3, 7, and 8 are reversed. There we go. Marmor says, I don't see a puppy with the blue around. I see a button. Also looks like that, yes. Gwen says, yep, I remember you saying that before, Marmor. It's just my brain thinks differently than other people's. I've learned to accept it mostly. And Betsy, I can kind of see both, but mainly I see a belt. Thank you very much. And Marmor says, I usually try and see it others that are seeing things. I don't think I can get there without you pointing it out. When in the braid, you're seeing the face. All right, I will show you where I see it. And I got to kind of like, have a fuzzy view of it. But if this is like the whole face, and this is kind of like the ears up here, and then here is the eye, there is an eye, and then this right here is the mouth and nose. And you kind of just have to ignore this little bit of blue here and here, but that's how I see it. Hope that helps. All right, and 3, 5, and 13 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and another one made a runner. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then I need to re-roll the runner. I do have to say, I haven't been getting as many runners this time around as I have in Oh, no, that is not a runner. That is a knot that came untied. All right. So this is going to require an actual fix. Let's undo this so I got enough slack here. All right, this is my leader loop. Yeah, let's make sure we have nice even tension here. This is the thread here. This is my own one, so I'm not worried about doing this since I'm going to wash it as well. Just makes the silk easier to handle. All right, so drop it through here, and I'm not worried about how much excess I'm going to have on the tail because I'm going to try it roughly in the same spot. I am definitely going to stop before I get to this, even if I shorten it up significantly. There's one. This is the first one that actually came untied this braid, so I think I've been doing pretty good with 3 knots. 2 and 3. There we go. Let's just re-roll this back up and put the lark's head knot back on. Alrighty. And yep, that's back where it's supposed to be. And I did the exchanges, so it is end of an edge transition. Top moves first, sheds 5 and 6 are reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, and 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top, up over the top blue one, under the bottom yellow one. Take that bottom yellow and up to the top on the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum, that's good. Top blue passes through to the bottom on the left. Next top blue drops straight down. There we go. And left side, we're going to exchange 1 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And sheds 3, 7, and 8 are reversed. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 and 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6 on the top, 7 and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And we are ready for the next move. And on to 55. On the right, I'm going to exchange 1, 11, 15, and 17. Sheds 1, 3, 6, 7, and 8 are reversed. Left side, I'm going to exchange 1, 13, 15, and 17. Sheds 1, 7, and 8 are reversed. There we go. And Gwen says if you take the blue from between the top two crosses, that makes the eyes. Marmar says, I can see it now, thanks. And Gwen says, Torin explained it perfectly. Thank you very much. And Marmar says, and Gwen, if everyone thought the same, life would be boring. I try and embrace my weirdness and my weird brain. I enjoy the way you think. Yeah, I like listening to people who have different thoughts and complex thoughts. It gives me a chance to expand my mind. And Gwen says, I'm pretty sure everyone can come up with something different to imagine about. That's a good thing. Marmar says, I think other viewers have seen the brain pattern like a snakeskin and possibly leopard spots as well. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, indeed you are. And Marmar, thank you. I like the way you see things. It helps if others can see what people can see. Broadens everyone's imaginations. And Gwen says, yeah, I see the leopard pattern, and I remember someone else saying snakeskin. Yeah, it does kind of look like a Burmese or African rock python patterning. Alrighty, we are, oops, let me unhighlight that before I continue on. There we go. And I need more fluid. And my drink's getting to be about room temperature, and it is more of the carbon dioxide keeps slipping out of solution because it is not cold enough to support it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The temperature of the drink is getting close to room temperature. So when I'm done here, I am heading down. I am taking a cold shower. And I am also putting my drink in the freezer to chill it back down. And then I will be heading out to the garage and trying to work out there. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, and 17. And look at the right line on the screen, Jordan. All right, sheds 1, 3, 6, 7, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And left side is 1, 13, 15, and 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Excuse me. And 13, 14. 15, 16, and 17. Looks like it's getting a little dark outside. We might be having some rain coming through. All right. Sheds 1, 7, and 8 are reversed, so 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 7 and 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top, and 7 and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And we are ready for the next move. On to 56. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 5, 15, 17, and 19. Sheds 1, 3, 6, and 9 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 13 and 19. Sheds 1, 4, 7, and 9 are reversed. And when it says torn, you can braid down about 2 inches below the maker's mark before doing the wrap, roughly there. I want to have at least the outer edges of the angle about here as a minimum, probably a little bit lower. So I'm probably going to do another 10 moves if I can, basically until I get like super tired and overheated and figure I need to stop. Let me check and see what the, actually, my phone is over there still recharging. Let me bring it up over here. I'm next to a computer. I can look up something on the computer. All right, so it's currently 91. Ugh. And let's see. No, I don't need a little ad. No, I don't need a big ad. Let's go to hourly. All right, it says it is 53% humidity, 91 degrees, feels like 99 degrees, and there's only a 4% chance of rain. Let's switch to radar, just checking real quick. Yeah, there's no rain near me. It's just a little bit of cloud cover. Let me go ahead and close that so it doesn't take up so much memory. It interferes with the streaming. All right. 1, 3, 5, 15, 17, and 19 on the right. There's 1. 1, 2. 3, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Sounds like okay, it's hitting the rail, not the floor. So it still has tension on it. And sheds 1, 3, 6, and 9 in reverse. So 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 and 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7 and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And that one is, there we go. Get this a little more aligned on screen. There we go. And left side, we're going to exchange 13 and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Sounds like Mrs. Torres home. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So after I do the tie-off tonight, any more streaming before I go on vacation is probably going to be out in the shop. I might go ahead and move the streaming computer out in the shop then and do that there. I hear Mrs. Torn coming up. I am going to go ahead and pause and put on the, mute and put on the screen. So I am unmuting the mic, but I'm not putting the screen back on for a few minutes. And
You can. It's not a big deal.
Yep. Mrs. Torrance says hello and says that she cannot use the silk because it catches on her hands, but she appreciates the offer, making sure you folks remind me to let her know that she has an offer of the thread. All right, so I'm doing one on the top, and 2 and 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And Marmar is saying, hi, Mrs. Torn.
Hello.
Marmar is the one who does needle felting of little animals.
Wow.
I've shown you the pictures of that, I believe. All right, so 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And pass that through to the top on the right. And since I already have it up for the next move, we are moving on to 57. On the right, we're going to exchange 5, 15, and 17. Sheds 2 and 3 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 7, 15, and 17. Sheds 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9 are reversed. And Gwendolyn SS says also, hello, Mrs. Torn. 3. Or just Mrs. Torn, she didn't leave the 3 on there. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. All right, and 1, doing a coma slide. Oh, a lot of the other channels have sounds when people make reasonably large size super chats. And I said I was going to have to come up with something like that. And the suggestion was I do the clacking of the tama for that audio. And I'm thinking that's actually a pretty neat idea. So I'm going to try and do that. And pull this up a little bit more. And I got about 50 inches of braid. So that's more than enough for a belt. So I'm just trying to position, do enough so that I can leave the mini maker's mark visible above the tie-off point. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And Betsy Weingartner also is saying hello to you. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and looks like one of these is gonna need to be rolled up a little bit because it's rubbing on the floor. And 15, 16, and 17. All right, and that's the one that's not going to full tension. Quickly roll here. And there we go. All right, and no longer dragging on the floor. Sheds 2 and 3 are reversed, so 1 on the bottom and 2 and 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good.
You want me to bring you up a drink?
I have one up here, but if you want to take it down and toss it in the freezer, I will appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
And 1 on the top and 2 and 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Pass that on through here, and we will turn the cameras back on. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Mrs. Torin has expressed no desire to become internet famous, so I don't show her pictures and don't have her on camera, kind of like Ian and Mrs. Runkle. All right, so I'm going to exchange 7, 15, and 17 on the right. So one or left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, and 17. And sheds 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9 are reversed. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 4 and 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. To the top on the right. And we are ready for the next move. On to 58. On the right, we're going to exchange 9, 13, 15, and 19. Sheds 2, 3, and 7 are reversed. We're on the start of an edge transition. Left side, we're going to exchange 3, 9, 11, and 19. Sheds 2, 4, 5, and 7 are reversed. And we are also starting an edge transition on that side. And Mama says, I forgot to tell you, I am cat sitting right now. 2 black cats called Silk and Velvet. That sounds pretty decent there for the names. Gwen says, Mama, those are great names. I'll agree with that. And Gwen says, I don't put my mug out there on social media either. I don't hold against anyone who holds with the same ideals. Yep. And Mama says, one of them joined me in bed earlier this morning, but I'm not sure which one. I think it was Velvet. Silk is a little more aloof. Alrighty. Quick check over on Rumble, and we still got 2 other people watching there. Thank you very much. And let's see. Jump to live. Looks like I've been going for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Alrighty. 9, 13, 15, and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Come on, you can untwist. we go. Oops. Kind of drop that on the pin rather than between them. Sheds 2, 3, and 7 are reversed, so one. Oops. It's just caught between the comma blocks. There we go. 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 and 3 on the bottom, 4, 5, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good, and we pull from the bottom again because we're starting an edge transition. And left side, 3, 9, 11, and 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. I think I will stop like right before the next edge transition. And sheds 2, 4, 5, and 7 in reverse. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, and 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 are on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. Bottom one comes up to the top on the right. And we are ready for the next move. On to 59. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 9, and 13. Sheds 1, 2, 4, and 7 are reversed. It's the end of an edge transition. On the left, we're going to exchange 1, 3, 9, 15, and 17. Or just 3, 9, 15, and 17. Sheds 2, 5, and 8 are reversed. It's the end of an edge transition. And reminder from Glenn, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for all the notifications. Alrighty. 3, 9, and 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And sheds 1, 2, 4, and 7 are reversed. Top moves first. So, oops, this one is still getting pinched by the comma. So 1 and 2 on the, yes, 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top, and up over this top blue and under the yellow on the bottom, which goes to the top on the left. And then the bottom moves, so 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the top. Bottom checksum is good, and I think that was another knot untying. So I am going to set this here. This is, yep, another knot came untied. Retie it real quick. I think I need to leave a slightly longer tail on some of these. So 1, 2, 3, and it's nice and snug there. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and so this one is under here. And there you go. So yes. All right, so, oops, too far. All right, so yep, there we go. All right, so top one here gets passed down to the bottom on the left. Next top one goes straight down there. And it's touching the ground, but the next one it's going to get picked up on, so I'm not going to worry about it. Left side, same thing, end and edge transition, 3, 9, 15, and 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, and 17. Since Mrs. Torn has a job that leaves her hands fairly calloused, she finds that she can't work with silk because it keeps snagging on her hands, and it just is a frustrating experience for her. All right, top moves first. Sheds 2, 5, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top, and up over the last blue on the top, under the last yellow on the bottom. That one passes through to the top on the right. And then bottom moves, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom. I think I lost count there somewhere, so 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And one passes down to the bottom on the right. Next one drops straight down. And we are done with the edge transitions on both sides. Alrighty. We are ready for the next move. On to 60. On the right, we are going to exchange 5 and 7. Sheds 4 and 7 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 7, 11, 13, and 15. Sheds 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are reversed. There we go. Yep. Direct escapee, not just a roll away. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. And sheds 4 and 7 are reversed. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. That one is so low on the right, it's still pretty low on the left. I am just going to go ahead and re-roll that real quick while I'm thinking about it. All right. And one's all the way down on the left, or on the right. Go ahead and see which one that is. All right. Let's go ahead and re-roll this one too. Oops, nope. I went the wrong way. Almost hold it tight, but not quite. There we go. Now it's not enough. Go. And left side, we are exchanging 7, 11, 13, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, and sheds 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 reverse, so 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 and 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And we are ready for 61. On the right, we're going to exchange 1, 5, 7, and 15. Sheds 1, 5, and 8 are reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 1, 13, 15, 17. Sheds 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9 are reversed. Yeah, I think I'll do this one as the last one. I think I've got enough here. This is the top of the edges, and it'll kind of fold a little bit, but that should be visible. And I've been going at it for about 2.5 hours, and I am toasty, toasty, toasty. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Torrin is toasty, toasty, toasty. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And sheds 1, 5, and 8 are reversed. So 1 on the top, and 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the bottom, and 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. There we go. And left side, 1, 13, 15, and 17. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And sheds 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9 on reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And that is a wrap. We will have another stream tonight, probably about 8 o'clock Eastern time, to do the tie-off, which will take probably about half an hour, 45 minutes or so. And Marvis has got to hop off. I hope everyone has a great day. Well, you have a great one too. I'm hopping off as well myself. Let me check the who's available for redirect. And I do not see anybody who is live. Sorry about that. I guess we'll do no redirect. All right. It's been good to have you on, everybody. Thank you for putting up with me. I being late, whiny, complaining, rescheduling the start of the stream. But it was a good stream. We had a lot of nice discussion. We had wonderful people on. I want to thank you all for being here. And as we will finish off with, as we usually do, as always, everybody, stay safe and happy braiding.